This is John Spencer. This is a quick overview video of the series of videos that I've recorded to support my 2020 Current Directions in Psychological Science paper and your explorations of the dynamic field model I presented in this paper. In the videos that I've recorded, the first one I walk through how to set up the Cosavina simulation environment for dynamic field models. That involves going and linking to a GitHub repository and downloading the supporting files for this particular paper. Once you are set up with Cosavina, the first thing you'll do is come into MATLAB and go into your Cosavina repository and type the set path command, which will set up your Cosavina environment. Then you'll go into the folder for this particular paper, the Spencer 2020 paper, and you'll open the BAM file, which I have here. And to run the BAM file, just verify that your mode is mode 1, which is the auto mode with the visualization. And then I'm just going to quickly walk you through how I created the data for figures 1 and 2, which are the two core simulations in the paper. To reproduce figure 1, what you'll do is set number of trials to be 1. Then you'll come down to line 75, and you can set the self-excitatory amplitude to be 24 for the infant model, and set the memory trace influence to be 0. And then if you hit run, it should bring up a graphical user interface, some control buttons down here, which I'll explain in subsequent videos. And this should then run a trial where you present 3 items to the infant model, and during the memory delay, which is once the stimulus inputs start to degrade, you can see the model retains a memory of one of the items, but forgets the other 2 items, thereby reproducing the infant model. If you hit quit, you can then set up the simulation of the child model and the old model, or the adult model, simply by changing this value from 24 to 25 to 26. That will reproduce figure 1. If you then want to reproduce figure 2, what you'll do is set this at 24 to start off at the young value, and set the memory trace amplitude to be 1. And then if you come up here and set the number of trials to be 30, what that will do is run the simulations required for figure 2. It'll start off the same, where we have the initial infant parameters. We present 3 items to the model, and just like before, it remembers one of them but forgets the other 2. So that's the first trial. You can see in the cyan line the little memory traces are building up slowly over time. Now we reset the field activities and go into trial 2, and now it's going to present 3 randomly selected stimulus positions. Sometimes it looks like it only presents 2, and that's because I have the stimulus positions to be random, so that sometimes 2 positions are really close to each other, so it looks like 1 input instead of 2. But rest assured, there are 3 there under the hood somewhere. So you can see that was trial 2. Now it's resetting the fields and going into trial 3. You can see 3 inputs are presented. And during the delay period, the model remembers 2 of those. You can see it's starting to do a little bit better as it builds up a memory trace in particular regions of the field. So this will then iterate across 30 trials, and you should see performance very similar to what is shown in figure 2 in the model. So that's the basics of how to run the simulator. I hope you enjoy the videos, and my contact details are on the Dynamic Field website if you have any questions. Thanks.